So you kind of got your rig set up pretty good here.
Got my little pedal board.
Good.
And I'm coming out of my tuner, splitter, and I'm going to give you a clean signal into the DI.
Perfect.
And then I'm going to go, all my dirty boxes and everything are going to go to the amplifier.
Okay.
So in case you don't like the way I've processed myself, you can...
Later.
Yeah, you can salvage my mess later.
Okay.
I'm giving you options.
Like that a lot.
Okay.
All right, now we're starting out with this bass tone straight out of the dark glass amp. Sounds pretty darn good going through his pedal board. I don't think I got much to add to that. I like that, so we're gonna go. Then we're monitoring the sub where? Oh yeah, the sub is adding a lot. Okay, and we'll listen to the DI. Yeah, okay. We're just gonna have that in case we need to clean up something later. We have it. Sounds great. I'm not gonna argue with that. I mean, it really sounds good, right? Okay. Volume is good. Okay. You know, there's no reason to add any EQ. These are going through the compressors, though. We're going through the pair of 1176 compressors right there in the rack. So, sounds great to me. And move on to guitars. Hey, hey, hey.
Yeah.
You know, that sounds so good, just like that. I think we're good to go, and you're done.
Awesome. I love
Yeah.
it. Great. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. So, you got your guitar.
Yes, right here.
And it's going into the pedal board.
Yes. Going into a pedal board with a bunch of, I'm using the Boss Overdrive.
Okay.
I usually use it normally.
All right.
Anyway.
Fantastic.
So we can adjust it however you like, but I kind of like that pedal. Tend to prefer bass pedals for guitar distortion than guitar. I
Okay.
don't know why. I just think it sounds better.
It's a good sound. I've heard your sound before.
Yeah.
What is this guitar?
This is a Travis Bean made by this guy in Florida. It's a pen, half aluminum, half wood. And I think it was the last, I don't know the exact history, but the last ones that Travis Bean was actually making. Gonna make, and they never got made. But this guy in Florida started actually making them. So it's a real Travis Bean. And it's one of two that has a switch up here like a Les Paul. I use the switch all the time.
All the time.
All the time. It's my main, it's a way I get, instead of turning pedals on and off, I'll use this just for 3 different volumes.
Okay. Cool.
On this, the song we're going to do, I'm not going to touch it, but maybe right at the end.
Okay.
Normally you can go from, quieter to middle, which is a little louder without feedback, and then full blast,
Great.
And this is a weird pickup that I had the guy wind. Low output humbucker. Really low output, because you get too much, for me, I always got too much feedback with regular Gibson pickups.
Okay.
So custom wind pickup, it's amazing. I don't know why people don't do it.
Well, let's see how it sounds.
Yeah, ready?
So we got the 3 amps. Let me turn on this guy over here.
Ready to go?
Yeah, I think so. Let's see. So I'll go in the control room and listen with the mics. We've got lots of mics in there, so we'll listen to them all.
Okay, I'll just play the song.
Yeah, play the song.
Okay.
And I think your headphones are ready. If you wanted to put them on, we can communicate.
Okay.
So for guitars, I'm using the 1073 EQs, so it's all the way down on the end of this console. So I've got those channels open, and the returns are here. I can tell right now that the two main cabs are out of phase with each other, so I'm going to do some phase flipping here to see if I can improve that. Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay, that fixes that. Then we have this third wacky guitar setup that has a drill. The audio is going through a drill. So let's actually isolate that and see what that sounds like. Right. So it has some kind of strange harmonics whistling through it, and it has a bit of a ring modulator kind of effect. So we'll have that on a separate track, and we can add that in if we like. But the main guitar tracks are a combination of 2 mics on each cab. It's a Gibson head and a Trainer head. Each of those 2 heads are going to a separate cabinet, and on each of those cabinets are 2 mics. One of them has a Shure SM57 and a 421, and the other has a Shure SM57 and a Royer 121 mic, and I'm combining those mics together on each cab and then sending it to 2 separate tracks. Just 2 tracks for the main guitars. The third track is that weird drill thing, this one. So we can combine those a little differently during the mix. I think I'm going to add some mid-range and some lower mids. Oh yeah, right? So yeah, that third cabinet was really out of phase with the second cabinet. So now it's in phase. Let's check the first cabinet. It's much better. Okay. So I've added a lot of low, mid, and lows on these guitars because I want them to into the bass. So I want to fill in that whole space above the bass, just above the bass, with this big, heavy guitar. So I'm going to bring these down. They're pretty hot. I can flip this down a little bit, turning down the mic pre's a little bit. Okay, so that's guitar 1, and the level on guitar 1 is good? Okay, let me bring down guitar 3. And how's that? Okay. Trying a little more down. All right, and how's guitar 2? Looks pretty good. All right, I think we're good. Let's turn it up again. I'm just gonna add a little more zing on the top with those guitars. Let me see what happens when we listen on the Genelex. They sound kind of dark. Let me work on a little more. And I'm brightening up all the guitar mics. Okay, I think we're at a good starting spot now. So what I have here on each of these cabinets is I have a combination of two mics. Usually I'll use an SM57 and a 421 on a guitar cabinet. And I put the 57 and a 421 on different speakers on the same cabinet. And then I can blend the sound of each to get a desired effect. Usually the 57 will be a little bit brighter than the 421. In the case of today's guitar number 1, we're using a 57 with a 121 mic, and that's a Royer ribbon. So we're going to use that Royer ribbon for our warmth that we usually get with the Sennheiser 421, but it'll add a little more color. So let me just solo these to let you understand what the differences are in these mics. So here we go. This is guitar 1, and I've just put it into mono so you can really hear what's going on. I'm going to mute the 421. All you're getting now is this kind of buzzy thing. Pretty noisy. You get more of the warmth out of the 421 on this, so I'm going to favor the 421 in this blend, but I'll get a little sizzle off of that 57. In guitar 3, and let me mono that. Here's our 57. It's really zingy. And the 121 ribbon is much warmer and rounder. So the blend of those two together is a nice warm ribbon sound with a zing from the 57 that adds that little excitement. We only have one microphone on guitar number 2, which is the drill. And that's just a 421 Sennheiser. I figured that's kind of a middle of the road kind of thing. If you have to have one mic for a guitar, Sennheiser 421 is my choice. Now I combine all these mics together. There's three tracks. You can really hear the drill working. It's real fun. Okay. Split those. Okay, I think we are ready to get everyone together in a room and start listening to the whole band. Hi, Buzz, can you hear me? All right. Talk into your talkback mic or your vocal mics for a moment.
Yeah, can you hear me?
We'll make sure those are working.
Yeah, I'm not
So
getting
now,
on
our
this at all.
vocal talkback.
Check. Hello.
So the copper phone, which is Placid Audio's copper phone mic, which we're using for an effect vocal. Also, let's take a listen to that For some reason, that's not working either. 18, boom, boom, boom. In the stereo bus. Okay. Yeah, we got nothing. Okay, we got to track down some problems, and then we'll be ready to roll.